I came from the land of the stars, and I also did some stuff with NASA. I still do, actually. And this was a wonderful item that I got. I actually have the red one of these, so I'm happy, so happy to the buying team for letting me have this. This is the Coleman Refractor telescope, and you're getting the tripod with the case. Our sale price is great. It's $69.98. The easy pay is $23.33. The item number, excuse me, is E308219. So let's go through some colors here. So we have a bunch of different colors. In front of me, we have the white. We have the blue, we have the black, and if we go to QVC.com, I have the red. That's the one that I have at home. I love this because I've always been a fan of the stars and astronomy. And growing up, I used to have this astronomy, this Snoopy book that talked about the stars. And so we'll talk about that a little bit later. But I'm talking to my buddy, Speak, and we will talk. Anyway, it's my buddy Oscar Duval who's there. He's been in the electronic industry since 1995. And he's got, it looks like you've got a constellation behind you. So we can talk about the stars.
Do. Yeah, so it comes with software that you can actually get right into the constellation, so you know exactly what you're watching. But I got to tell you, this is going to be one of those things that helps kids get into science, that gets them into, I always say, like, if it wasn't a microscope, it was a telescope. But this helps them get into the field of science. It gets them interested into what's out there into the skies. And TJ, I gotta tell you, sometimes it's not even about that. It's about those moments that you have with your family that they're always going to remember. Because there's times that you always look back in the past, you say, oh, I remember the camping trip. I remember being outside in the backyard with the telescope with my mom and dad, or with grandma and grandpa, and they taught me about the stars and about the moon and everything that was on there. And the nice thing about this is this gives you the capabilities to do that. Now, your hardest decision, of course, is like what color you're going to go with. But right here, I have the Coleman Blue Refractor. It also has a rack and pinion, and I can move this back and forth, up and down. So it's not just a celestial telescope, it's also terrestrial. So I can actually see things that are on the ground too with it. And it comes with 3 magnifiers. Now the magnifiers, to kind of give you an idea like what they do, well, it's basically magnification. It gets you in close. And this is how it does it. So TJ, look at this. So do you see, this is all the stuff that comes with it. Comes with the software, comes with all the little items, but this is what it does. So on the screen, do you see anything on that screen?
I see a white pinhole.
A little white dot, exactly. Well, the thing with that little white dot, that was a picture of the moon that I took with my phone. Wow. So not really impressive, is it?
Nah, not at the moment, no.
No. But then I was able to take a picture with my microscope, with my telescope. Then I got this shot.
Yes.
Where everything's detailed, everything looks better. But you know what? This is not the shot I want. I want to put on the other magnifier because I want to go from a shot like that to a shot like that, where everything's sharper, it's clear, I'm closer to the moon. But you know what? I think we can do better. We can even go to a shot like that. Because it even comes with a moon filter that filters out, and it's almost like sunglasses for your telescope, where everything makes it sharper, more detail, and gets you closer. And this is also something that I was just wanting to show you what I had my phone, it's a little shaky, but here's the video that I got attaching my phone directly to my telescope. So this gives you the capabilities to just have a lot more fun and a lot more detail. Now, TJ, what do you see here?
A bunch of flamingos.
Very good. There's definitely a lot of flamingos, but I didn't want those flamingos. I wanted the bird that was all the way in the back, hanging out by themselves.
Wow.
So
what is that, an egret? Oh, I don't even know what type of bird that is.
I don't know, but it didn't look like a flamingo, so I was like, okay, let's go with that. But you always have shots like this too, so it helps you. It's terrestrial, so you can be at one point and basically it magnifies and gets you closer. So do you see what I see?
I see a jungle scene there, or like a ziplining park, whatever it might be. I'm not sure.
Yep, everything's pretty green. But no, I was actually taking a close-up of that guy right there.
Wow.
And the fact that this is something that gets you in close, gets you in better detail, and the fact that it has that beautiful, like 18 by 19x, it's a 360 millimeter. Basically, it's a lot of stuff that basically tells you this. It's going to help you. It's like you growing up. It's like it got you into the sciences, got you to wanting to be into part of NASA. Because I got to tell you, any astronaut that became an astronaut, it always started with a little telescope like this. And this is something that's small, lightweight. It's tabletop, so you're not carrying around a whole bunch of, like, it doesn't look like a yard sale when you're walking outside with it. So you have a beautiful little microscope. You can put it right on the tabletop, and you teach the young kids, hey, get off the phone just for a second and look at the sky, the stars, look at the sky, look at the moon, and look at what detail is out there in those heavenly bodies.
Thank you for pointing that out, Oscar. So here's what's great. So I actually do have friends. Leland Melvin is a former astronaut, and Dr. Mae Jemison, who was the first African-American woman in space. I got to go to South Africa with them. So I'm, I would say, an adopted family member for NASA. So I've been to like space shuttle launches and things like that. So NASA's my thing. So that's why when I got to present this, I was super excited. So I want to let everybody know what you're going to get. The black has been the most popular, but you're going to get, like Oscar was saying, you're going to get this telescope. You're also going to get this tripod here with the center brace. You're going to get the focusing tube. You're going to get the eyepiece and the case, lots of focusing knobs, the optical tube, the erecting lens, and the carrying case. You're also going to get an instruction manual that's inside, or it's like an instruction page. It's in like a white manila envelope, and you're getting this cool case here. So you don't have to think, I don't know anything about this. How's this going to work? It's really easy, and you put it together. And I love what Oscar said. It's time to gather around the family, because when you're looking out in the stars, that's family time. That's, hey, look at something different rather than TikTok or you're on the screen. Not that anything's wrong with that. I think there's something wrong with that. But get off of your phones and do this.
Yes, because it's a rite of passage. We all remember that one time that, I remember I went camping with my grandparents and with my parents. That was cool. That's a memory that I always remember. You're always going to remember the telescope that you looked through, your first telescope, when you looked at the stars. You're not going to remember the app that you were playing with. And even if you think that it might be intimidating, like maybe the first thing you find is the moon, but you can't figure out what else is out there, well, it's also going to come with software. And what that software does, it gets you in closer. So if I want to see what's out there right now, and this is live right now, that tells you what's out there, I can see the summer triangle. I can see the great square of Pegasus. I can zoom in more. I can see the teapot, the sail, everything that's out there right now in my field of vision, it will tell me. So that comes included automatically. So you get the software, you get the tripod, you get the refractor, you get the telescope. Your hardest decision is, do you want the red one? Do you want the white one? Do you want the blue one? Do you want the black one? But it's going to help bring those people into the science field. Because if you have those young, inquisitive minds that are into, let's say, oh, I want to know what's it like looking through a telescope or a microscope, you know they're going to want to go into the science. Maybe they're going to be a doctor. Maybe they're going to be an engineer. Maybe they're going to be like an astronaut. You never know. But this is how they all start. They all start with this.
You're absolutely right. Thank you for sharing that, Oscar. Please listen, we're creating, as my friend Leland likes to say, is our next class of explorers, and that's basically STEM curriculum. So that's science, technology, engineering, and math. So before I got here, I would help create educational media for kids with NASA. So we'd travel around again with my friend Leland and just talk to kids. It's particularly young girls, because it's a field that's typically dominated by men. So I love, if you have a daughter or a niece, this might be something that, or a granddaughter, this might be something that she would be interested in. And not that men or boys can't do that, but I love finding women and introducing them to science, technology, engineering, and math, basically fields that are male dominated, that don't have a lot of presence from women, and change that. And you can do that with Coleman. Like Oscar was saying, we're creating the next generation of explorers, doctors in the science field, which helps us really advance as a technology and as a society.
Oh, yeah. And it really starts with something simple as a little telescope. And sometimes, again, it's just for those little moments. You're outside with grandma and grandpa. You went to visit, and they taught you about the craters that are on the moon. Something simple like that. And I got to tell you, it's the easiest thing to find out there. Look for the moon. You point this at it, you basically bring it into focus, and you show them. You show them how small we are in how little we are in this huge universe that's out there, and get them started. Get them started into that science field. And again, especially with young girls, you're right. It is a male-dominated area when it comes to that. So let's get the girls more involved with it too.
Let's absolutely do that. You can start by putting this in your cart. Give us a call, 800-500-7590. Let me give you the item number. It's E308219. You're getting the refractor telescope with the tripod and the case and all the lenses. And you're also, as Oscar was saying, you're going to get the software, which is like a CD-ROM that you can use to help you find those constellations and make it even easier. And it's a great opportunity to spend time with your kids. And listen, you don't have to go up to the stars. You can go hiking or go to a trail. When I first got this, I was looking at license plates across the street at the Cadillac dealership from my place so I could see how far it could go because it was still daytime and it was cloudy. But this is a wonderful way just to introduce kids to science and technology and the world above us.
Yeah, and there's so much that's coming out right now. There's going to be, this year is going to be loaded with a lot of new moons. There's going to be loaded with a lot of meteor showers. So there's going to be events almost every week out there when it comes to this, because you can go from a shot like this that you can do your phone, but you know what? I don't want that. I want the shot like that, or like this, or like that. Because I got to tell you, you can do this with a microscope, but you're not going to be able to do that with your phone.
Wow, let's give them the moon, Oscar. This is by Coleman. Your item number is E308219. Our easy pay, $23.33. Oscar, thanks, buddy. I'll see you next time.
Oh, TJ, anytime.
Okay, friends.